What is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggles TV Daily Rewind. It's where we go back and we can give you the past 7 days of tech news videos in one single video. And we talked a lot about the launch of the Galaxy Z Fold 5 and Flip 5. We go through that completely and tell you all about it. Talk about the OnePlus Open Fold. We talk about the Galaxy Z Fold 6. Yeah, it's a successor to the Z Fold 5, and so much more, guys. There's tons of information on this one, so I hope you enjoy it, and we'll see you in the next one. The good thing is both stories about the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 5, which will be released, well, maybe not released, but at least officially announced this week, just a couple of days away before they're going to really announce this phone. I wanted to talk about a couple of key things about this phone. First of all, there's a leak about the Galaxy Z Fold 5 in terms of updates, and it seemingly is going to be even longer now. So if you want to keep this phone for years and years and years to come, you potentially can. So here's the information. It's coming out of France. So Tarin is saying 5 years of OS updates for new foldables. Samsung's partner in France already lists the Z Flip 5 and Fold 5 with 5 years of Android OS versions, but he said it may be a typo error. And then you can see the little image down below where it says Samsung uses various recycled materials, glass, fishing nets, plastic, and aluminum to make every Galaxy Z. Samsung is particularly committed to 5 years of Android OS versions. So again, it might not come true, but currently I believe it's 4 years of OS updates and 5 years of security updates. Now it would be 5 years of OS updates and security updates. So you'd have, man, you'd go from basically, I don't think it launches with One UI 6, but it'll launch with One UI 5.1, and you'd be all the way up to probably, I think, like 10 by the time that phone is retired completely. So it's pretty impressive, and we'll see if that ends up happening with this, but very good news overall. The other part is something I've kind of spoke about before, but I just want to reiterate how amazing it actually looks, because there's images. I'm not going to show it on my screen, but you can click on the link down below and go to the tweet and it shows it. But basically, if you're going to get the Galaxy Z Fold 5 and you're going to get the S Pen, have it be because it comes with it because of a pre-order promotion, or you already have one, or you're going to buy one on the side, whatever the reason, and you get one of their S Pen cases. In the past, the S Pen case had a little, nub thing that stuck out and it would make your phone uneven. This looks absolutely amazing. The S Pen will go in that same kind of area where it was before, but now it's going to be flush into the case. It looks like it's going to be great. It's a great alternative to be able to not have to house the S Pen inside of the phone and still be able to actually use it and not functionally have the phone wobble all that much, if at all, when it's on the back and hide it out. It has this little button thing up here, you can pop it out. It's very ingenious. It's very good engineering. I have to give Samsung credit for that, and it's something to look forward to, that, if you're getting the Z Fold 5 phone and you're definitely getting the S Pen, it's going to be a major reason in order to get it. And it's not like something they couldn't have done with the Z Fold 4, maybe they will, but it's still a very beautiful looking case to be able to have that. So I think you're probably going to want to pick that one up. The story is if you should upgrade from the Z Fold or to the Z Fold 5. It's going to be announced tomorrow, and you're going to be able to pre-order it. And I know you guys are going to ask me, I have this phone, should I upgrade, yes or no, to the Z Fold 5? Well, I'm going to make it hopefully as simple as I can for all of you. So let's go. So the first one is, if your phone works good, it works great, you don't have any problems with it, and you're pretty happy with it, stick with it. I don't recommend jumping to the Z Fold 5 yet. The Z Fold 6 should be a much better phone in a lot of ways, especially with bigger displays on the outside and maybe on the inside, and probably obviously better performance and even better battery life with all of that. So, you could play this game, you're like, every year I'm going to get a better phone. Of course you could play that game. I just think especially this year with the phone not being all that different, stick with what you have if your phone works great. And just wait another, I know it seems like a lot, but just wait one more year and grab, if you're a Samsung person anyway, grab that Galaxy Z Fold 6 when that comes out next year. Let's say you want to only get a Samsung foldable phone. Which foldable phone should you get from Samsung? Z Fold 5. Why? Better battery life, better performance, and then you're still slightly better cameras, and then, you know, all the other things they throw in there that are a little bit better or about the same as the previous generations. That's why I would recommend, if you're only going to get a Samsung foldable, get the Z Fold 5. It's going to be the best that they have to offer. Now, going back to my original point, when I'm saying if your phone works great, that's any phone, a candy bar phone, a folding phone, whatever, stick with it. But let's jump into the foldable phones. If you have the Fold 1, which I don't think a lot of you do, but if you do, if it's working great, like I mentioned earlier, stick with it. If it doesn't, main reasons to upgrade would be that you get S Pen support now, which would be potentially a big thing for you. Better cameras. You're getting better performance for games and apps as well, and battery life, so that might be a big reason for you if you're coming from the Z Fold 1. What about the Z Fold 2? Well, inside camera is better on the Z Fold 2, so if you love using the inside camera of the big screen, Z Fold 2 has a better camera, so don't even bother switching over to the Z Fold 5 because that's still under the display and it's not going to be that good. Beyond that, though, again, better battery life, better performance with games and apps if you need it. And also S Pen support. You didn't have S Pen support on the Z Fold 2. You would now have it on the Z Fold 5. So that might be a major reason for you to upgrade. What about the Z Fold 3 and Z Fold 4? Well, I think really, honestly, the only major reasons you'd probably want to upgrade would be performance and battery life. There's a, you know, like I said, there's a couple other things, but I don't think they're anything major that would make you want to upgrade. So for the Z Fold 3 and Z Fold 4, it's better performance, better battery life because of the processor that's inside of the phone. Otherwise, those phones are very similar. You're going to get S Pen support already. You already have that on the 3 and the 4. The sizes of the displays are very, 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 very similar. The looks of the phones are very, very similar. So I would say don't jump from the 3 or the 4 to the 5, really, unless you absolutely need to because your phone's just broken or something like that and you don't want to pay to get it fixed. Slightly better cameras across the board. I mean, you could probably say that. Is it going to be anything major, noticeable? Probably not on a day-to-day basis, so I wouldn't make that a determining factor. Beyond that, I just don't think this is an upgrading year for a lot of people to have folding phones. If your phone works great, stay with it, trust me. You're going to want something different than what they have or have offered the last bunch of years. But today was the official announcement and pre-order start for the new Samsung Galaxy products, and there was a bunch of new products released and announced, and I want to go through them with you guys and give you my analysis and thoughts on if any of this is actually good or not. Couple of surprises. So let's start off with the surprises. The first surprise would be that there was no new Galaxy Buds announced. There was rumors that we're going to hear like Galaxy Buds 3 or something like that, and we just did not hear anything to that effect. So if you're hoping for new Buds for whatever reason, even though the Galaxy Buds 2 Pro is still really amazing, they didn't announce any, so no harm or foul with that. Also, with all of the products they announced today, there was no free pre-order gifts. I thought there would be some. You can get up to $50 if you do the pre-reserve, but if you had done the pre-reserve, I should say. But other than that, no, like usually they'd give you like a free this or a free that, and they just didn't do that. It's not a huge deal to me because it ends up just being like I end up getting extra Buds, which I didn't really need, or like I end up getting like cases that I don't want because I already get tons of free cases because I'm a YouTuber. But I mean, for some people, I can see it being really, really cool. And it's, don't get me wrong, it is a nice little perk. It's just usually not anything I was like dying to absolutely get. The other big thing taken from this is that there was great trade-in offers. The trade-in offers were really, really good, like amazing. Way better than I expected. So that was a high perk to today. So let's kind of get into what we're seeing here thus far. So let's start off with the Galaxy Z Fold 5. So the Z Fold 5 ended up coming in right, at least in America, the same price as it has been the last few years. Such a minor upgrade, but they kept the price the same. We heard that they were going to increase the price, at least in Europe. Maybe it just ended up happening, and maybe Korea, but otherwise America is exactly the same. $17.99, $19.19, and $2,009 for the 1 terabyte. So you get 256, 512, and 1 terabyte. And then you do get free storage upgrade if you go to the 512, which is great. All the specs you thought, 8 Gen 2, 12 gigs of RAM, all that stuff is the same. The design's the same pretty much. The other cool thing was the colors actually are available. Even the exclusive colors, usually those are like 2 weeks back. All the colors are available the same day, which is August 11th. That will be the official release date for these phones, but you should get it. If you pre-order, you should get it definitely before that. And then, like I was mentioning, the trade-in offers were excellent, up to $1,000, depending upon which phone you have and are trading in. But you can trade in like an S22 Ultra for $1,000. I thought that was pretty impressive with it. So check the trade-in offers and see if there's a phone on there, if you're especially trying to upgrade. And even before I dive too much more deeper into this, if you are going to upgrade or buy any of these products, use my link down below, guys. It gives me a little kickback. You pay the same price, you get the same everything basically, and it just, you know, it's like, thanks, Greg, for letting us, you know, giving us all the information and all that stuff. It's really just a thank you, and I appreciate it as well. So back to that though, 20% off. Or 30% off, actually, Samsung Care Plus. They don't give it to you for free, but you can get it for as low as $770 a month, or a 2-year plan for $167.30 if you are getting a Z Fold 5. So that's not bad either. And then other than that, like, they didn't give you, I said, free pre-order gifts, but they gave you reduced cost on some of the things on there. So you can go in and check some of those things out and see if there's anything you want, and get up to $300 off on an S9 Ultra if you're thinking about getting that phone. Next would be the Z Flip 5. Z Flip 5 coming in at $999 and $1119, but again, you get the free storage upgrade, so you basically get the 512 for $999. All the exclusive colors, except for right now at the time of making this video, the darker green, are all available on August 11th. The darker greens on August 25th. So yeah, that was pretty cool. The trade-in, you can trade in, and the trade-ins are, let me just double check actually. I think you get up to $900 on trade-ins for the Z Flip 5. So you basically get it for almost free at that point. So it's actually not too bad. And then if you have a discount, like a military discount or anything like that, I think you actually get the phone for free at that point, because they reduced the cost so much. So pretty impressive with all of that. Again, you get the 30% off Samsung Care Plus. You get very good pre-order bundle offers, you know, money off, but nothing free with that either with the Flip 5. And then again, the look and all that with the folder, outside display, all of that was the same as what we had expected earlier. Next up would be the Galaxy Tab S9. And the S9 also had pretty good trade-in offers, I feel like, for a tablet. You can get up to $650 trade-in. The S9 Ultra starts off at $1199 and goes as high as, if you get the 1 terabyte version, goes as high as $1619. But again, you get free storage upgrades with the tablets as well, so that's awesome. I ended up grabbing my son the Tab S9, which is now OLED, which is cool. And he's getting 12 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of storage. So that was a nice little upgrade for him. The S9 Plus starts off at $999 and goes all the way up to $1119. The colors of the tablets are either like this white, or they call it a beige, so beige or black. You can do trade-ins, again, up to $650 depending upon the tablet. Their Samsung Care Plus is really inexpensive. So I know with like the Tab S9, I could have potentially, I didn't do it, but I could have potentially got it for my son for $3.50 a month, which is really cheap, or $55.30 for a 2-year plan. So not bad at all. And again, they have limited time pre-order bundles on that as well. And then lastly, they announced the Watch 6 and Watch 6 Classic. I'm impressed by the trade-in offers. I'm impressed with the reduced cost of getting the insurance. I would have liked to see it free, of course, but it's nice that they at least reduced the cost on that. The prices across the board are kind of what we expected for the most part. Wasn't anything that was like overly low. It was nice not to see price increases here in America for the most part. Like I said, the trade-in offers were great. The devices to me just aren't very exciting this year. They're more processor upgrades than anything. It's like, if this is a computer, you wouldn't buy it. You would just be like, I'm just going to upgrade the processor, which of course we can't do that in phones currently. And other than that, I mean, they're not bad products. Don't get me wrong. They're going to be really, really, really great products. But they're just not very exciting for the most part for me in a lot of ways. But let me know what you bought. I'll link everything down below. Like I said, it helps out what I do, and I'd really, really appreciate it if you do all your pre-orders through that link, and it gives me a little kickback and helps support what I do here on the channel. And for me, if you're curious what I bought the Galaxy Tab S9 for my son and we're going to trade in his S8. And then I bought a Z Fold 5, 512 gigabyte I bought the dark blue color, the exclusive color on Samsung.com. And for the Z Flip 5, I bought the purple one, 512. But I'll be honest with you, I most likely won't keep the Z Flip 5. I'll probably just do a couple videos on it and send it back. And then the Z Fold 5, I will probably, I really don't want to spend, you know, after trading, it's like $900 something. I really don't want to pay that, especially when I don't plan on using it. So, and as you know, the Galaxy Z Fold 5 and Flip 5 were announced yesterday and put up for pre-order, which if you want to pre-order them, it's linked down below. If you click on my link and order anything at the Samsung store, I'll get a little kickback and it'll show that you support and love what I do here on the channel. But regardless, Z Fold 5, if you think about it and what I've been saying about it and what you've seen, it's really an almost unchanged phone versus the Z Fold 4 in so many ways. And sure, we have a phone that closes completely and you don't really see any gap when it's closed up. You got a new processor inside. Not a lot much more though. What about the Z Fold 6? Well, it looks like some YouTubers that were actually over there to cover the event for Samsung that were invited to South Korea to cover the event took some pictures of prototypes, and these prototypes look so much better than the Z Fold 5 and potentially will probably come to fruition with the Z Fold 6. There's a high probability this will be the Z Fold 6 and it's gonna make you not want to buy the Z Fold 5. That's all I have to say. Check this out. So this information, this tweet is coming from ASBYT or ASBIT, whatever you say his name. Cans on with the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6 design, question mark. I took these photos in Samsung's R&D's campus in South Korea. Do you prefer this wider front display with integrated S Pen? And he shows it off. Guys, look at this. Tell me this isn't what you want your Z Fold 6 or even 5 to have had look like. But I can wait. I'll wait for the Z Fold 6 if it looks like this. This looks awesome. It looks so nice. Looks so normal too. That's the other part of this. And then here's the side. No, this is a prototype, so obviously it's not fully, you know, made out, but you know, we can see the side. And then look at this, guys, integrated S Pen. I know a lot of you guys that love the S Pen want that integration, and look at that. Looks so cool. Looks really nice. Z Fold 6. And then here's the back with the cameras, which whatever, as long as the cameras work great, I'm fine with that. But dude, the two absolute, I mean, there's more than two things I want, but like, people want the integrated S Pen and they want the larger front display. We also want better cameras, so hopefully it would come with much better cameras. But that's what we want. That's the phone that we wanted the Z Fold 5 to be, and it looks like, as rumors are pointing, a lot of the, you know, the insiders that leak stuff are saying that Z Fold 6 is definitely going to be the one to get in terms of changing the makeup of the Z Fold phone and making it a more appetizing, more wanted phone for people that are into foldable phones. And man, seeing this is just like, let's do it. Let's do it. So like I said, OnePlus Open is OnePlus's new folding phone that is coming out so soon. It's going to be announced at the end of August. So just 1 month away that we will know about this phone officially. And then it should roll out probably in the early part to mid part of September. And this is going to be a massive phone, as you know, or hopefully you know. I put videos out about a lot of it. I put a bunch of videos out about, even, I think it was just yesterday I released a video about the OnePlus Open and how I think it's going to be the hottest foldable phone of the summer. Well, some new information has come out, at least a little bit, and it's coming from Ice Universe, and he's saying the following, that you guys can wait for the Oppo Find N3, aka OnePlus Open. It will be available globally, and it avoids almost all of the flaws of the Fold 5. Its screens are 6.3 and 7.8 inches, just a bit bigger than the Fold 5, but not particularly. No narrow bezels, he means, so you can hold it nicely while enjoying a more normal outer screen rather than the misshapen Samsung. In addition, it has a periscope camera that is far stronger than Samsung's, the strongest among foldable phones, stronger than the Mix Fold 3, and the strongest speaker we have not known yet. So very good information out there, from the periscope camera being the strongest on any foldable phone to the strongest speaker. One of the nice things about the, I think it was the Fold 2, because that wasn't water resistant, is that you got a really nice speaker. And then when the Fold, I think it was the Fold 3 and Fold 4 came out, the speaker was slightly reduced because of the water resistance. So this is gonna be kind of nice. And that might mean there's no water resistance in this. We'll have to wait and see. But I love that fact. A great speaker on there, great strong periscope camera for taking photos and faraway photos at that. But then most of all, that normal outside display and then a nice big inside display. There's a lot to like about this one. Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 in there, 16 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of storage, a price that's supposed to be about $1,500. It's absolutely insane, guys. This is a massive, massive phone. It just gets more and more exciting. Your question. Both stories about the S24 series of phones. The first one is about the S24 Plus. It's going through a very, and I can't stress, very minor display size change. So currently the S23 Plus is measured at 6.6 inches, but now you can see S24 Plus will be 6.65 inches. So what is that, a tenth of an inch? It's not even a tenth of an inch. What is that? Whatever that number is, 0.01 inches smaller now. So you really shouldn't notice any difference on this at all. That's all we have for the S24 Plus. The bigger story of the day is a little bit of mystery, and it's gonna lead us to thinking different things. What is the S24 Ultra going to have? Because Ice Universe has put out another tweet, this time about the S24 Ultra. And in this one, he's saying that he's got some info, can't say yet, suddenly got interested in the S24 Ultra. It seems to have a lot of new stuff. And that just makes me think, like, what are they talking about? What would he be talking about? Is he talking about, I don't even know, super fast charging? Is in terms of, we've heard 65 watt charging potentially being in there. Is it, obviously we're gonna know it's gonna have a Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 of some sort in there. Is it gonna have a massive amount of RAM? Is it gonna have amazing, amazing cameras? What is it going to have? That's the bigger question. So that's the cloud of mystery that we're in. So what do you guys think? The day has to do with the iPhone 15 Pro, and it's looking like a monster upgrade in a lot of ways. And you know, as you knew or didn't know, USB-C is going to be one of those upgrades on the iPhone 15 Pro, but what are going to be some of the other things that they're going to improve? So here it is. This tweet is from Mark Gurman, who has an amazing track record for leaks, and especially with the Apple side. He said, Apple is readying the iPhone 15 Pro as a major step towards its dream phone with 1.5 millimeter ultra thin bezels, USB-C charging, titanium band, major camera upgrades, softer corners, new chips, aka their newest processor, a customizable side button, and more. And when I look at that list, for me, some of the major things, USB-C is a major thing. I hate having, me being an Android guy, and I usually buy the iPhone just so I can do videos on it every single year. They don't make it like a regular usage phone, but I still like to have an iPhone around for videos and things like that. And I hate having to use a lightning cable. This is gonna be a much welcome thing, the USB-C. Customizable side button. I've had buttons like that on other phones. Usually they're on like less expensive, like budget phones, but that's nice. So you'll have that button on the side that you can use for many things. You could be able to use it for using it as a back button potentially, or using it to take photos, or using it to open an app or whatever. Like there's gonna be customizations built into that side button that will allow you to do different things with it. So I love that. You know, they're gonna have this new button in there that's customizable, at least to some aspect of it. But let me know what you guys think about that iPhone 15 Pro. And our last story has to do with the Galaxy S24 Ultra. And I think, you know, we had talked about what that mystery feature was that Ice Universe was talking about, and I think he kind of let the cat out of the bag potentially with it. Even if this isn't it, this still is something that I know some people will be interested in, and that is what it's going to be kind of built of, at least parts of what it's going to be built of. So what he put out like a cryptic tweet showing off the periodic table, so I think that's what it's called, of different materials and things like that. And he put 22, and 22 is titanium. And Alvin, another leaker, said related to the S24 Ultra titanium frame. He put question mark. Ice Universe put a smiley face, giving that little secret away. So when the S24 Ultra launches, it looks like the frame will be titanium, which is the same as what the iPhone will be built with. And there's potential that might scratch up a bit, and it will still be, you know, good with protection, but it might scratch up more so than what they've used in the past for some of their materials. So let me know your thoughts on the S24 Ultra build using a titanium frame. Does it get you excited? You don't care? Are you worried about it? Let me know in the comments down below. If you have a question, I didn't get any questions, or the ones I did, it's like I couldn't make videos out of them. So if you have a question, leave it in the comments down below. Hashtag question, ask your question. We'll get it in tomorrow's video. Have a great day. We'll see you down the road. Peace.